call them your enemy. God called these people our enemies. The so-called Arab man, which is not of our nation, right? What does God call them? God called them our enemy. But through Christianity, through the Christian church teaches us to love the white man, love the Arab man, love everybody except black people. Right. That's what the Christian church teaches. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. How you doing, bro? How you doing? I got a question for you. What's your name? What's your name? Bernard. Bernard? Yeah. What's your race according to the Bible? You know? Yeah. You don't know, right? How old are you, if I may ask?
34.
You 30? 34?
Yeah.
So, all your years that you've been on this planet Earth, have you ever been taught the Bible correctly? Been to church?
Yeah.
Been to church, right? So we just read that we have to keep God's laws, and that's what's going to make us free, right? I want to show you some. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake to all Israel.
So have you ever heard of Israel? Have you ever heard of the Israelites? You never heard of that, right? But that word is in every book in the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. That word Israelite is in the Bible, but you have never heard of it. So that tells me that the so-called leaders of the community, the church leaders, the dope dealers, they have done a disservice to the black community.
Right.
They don't think about themselves. If they ain't robbing you in the church, they robbing you on the block. You see what I'm saying? So God is speaking these words to the children of Israel. Go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Watch this, watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So now Moses are telling these children of Israel what would happen if they didn't listen to God. Somebody give you directions to follow. If you don't follow those directions, things don't work out how you expected them to work out, right? Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So Moses told the children of Israel, this is going to happen if you don't listen to God. Read.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So, a curse. God said he will curse the children of Israel for not listening to him. You following me so far, right? So, I'm going to read a curse, and I want you to tell me what people does this sound like. Read.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So, the very first curse that God said would happen to his people is that they will be cursed in the city. When you look around the black community, does not the black community look like a cursed people? Black people do look cursed. You don't go out to Madison and see poverty. You don't go to Brandon and see poverty.
Right.
You don't go to, well, majority white people populate and see poverty. When you don't see a cursed people when you go to Ridgeland. You don't see that. Glustack. You don't see a cursed people. I see a cursed people when I come to Jackson, Mississippi.
Right.
Where majority black people live in. That's the cursed people.
Right.
The Bible says they will be cursed in the city. Right? Meaning what? They wouldn't own they wouldn't own the stores in their city. In this community right here, black community, right? We got grown, big, strong men that live in this community, right? Why we don't own the stores in our community? Why the Arab man own the store that's in the black neighborhood? As grown as we is, as big and bad as we are to each other, we can't find a way to come together and do something positive for our own people.
Right.
So how big and bad are we really? Just because we quick to pull a trigger on another man that looks just like us, we think we somebody. No, that shows how weak-minded we are. They destroyed us like that in slavery, putting us against each other. And guess what? We still do it to this day. So now, when you say cursed in the city, no matter where you go in Jackson, if you see black people, we curse. Like I said, it's either from the Christian church. The Christian church is the main culprit.
Right.
Because in every community you go in, the common denominator is the Christian church. Right. And as soon as you go outside of those doors from the Christian church, you see poverty. You see murder. Right. You see gun violence.
Right.
You see babies getting killed.
Right.
You see all of that, in the black community.
Right.
That's why God say we will be cursed in the city. We don't own KFC, Taco Bell. We don't own these things. Our race of people, when you go out to Madison and Gluckstadt and all that, you don't see billboards for, do you have HIV? Or call this number to get tested for syphilis. They don't have those signs in Madison. They don't have those signs in Gluckstadt and Brandon. They promote healthy eating on their signs. But you come to the black community, it says, after you die, you will meet God. Ain't that something? After you die, you will meet God. Those type of signs in our community.
Right.
They're pushed out by the Christian church. So that's being cursed in the city. God is talking to us. Read on.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
And cursed shall we be in the field, the job field. Do we have good jobs? Black people don't have good jobs. That's why we sell dope. And God tells us not to sell drugs. But we'll sell dope, we'll sleep with 100 women, we'll tote a pistol, and we think we somebody. No, you are cursed people.
Right.
You cursed. Don't nobody else do that. We the only race of people that destroy our own race. Because let me ask you a question. When we tote them big guns, right? Who do we use it on?
Hey, I see you watching the video. Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, won't you like, subscribe, and share. IUIC Mississippi Burning. Like, subscribe, and share. Even comment.
Other black people that live just like us, that's who we use those weapons on. Showing you what? The hatred that we have for each other.
Right.
The hatred you have for yourself. Because for you to do some harm to somebody that look just like you, for you to mean mug somebody that look just like you, that show that you hate yourself.
Right.
That show that you hate yourself. Because you don't know the next man from a hole in the wall, but just because he look just like you mean mugging him. You're looking at him up and down. You walking so hard, big and tough. You doing all that. You see that? That shows that we that cursed people.
Right.
The Bible said we will be cursed in the city and we will be cursed in the field. What race of people pick cotton? Black people pick cotton. So what I'm showing you is that God is talking to us.
Right.
God is telling us these things would happen to us. What we read, have the so-called Arab man ever picked cotton? He never picked cotton. Has the white man ever picked cotton? No, they have not. What about the Chinese man? They ever picked cotton? They didn't, right? Did black people pick cotton? Did Hispanics pick sugar, corn, and all that? They did. Yeah. So that's who God is talking to. These are the curses of the Bible that we're reading.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
So what do you put in a basket? If you go to Walmart and you get a basket, what are you looking to put in that basket? You're looking to put some groceries in that basket, right?
Yeah.
God said that will be cursed. Meaning what? When we go in the stores wouldn't even have the food for us.
Right.
When we go in the store, we wouldn't be able to fill ourselves like we desire, right? So it says, cursed shall be your basket and your stores. What stores do black people have? So you don't know, right? Because we don't have any. We don't have any stores. That's what God is telling us that would happen to us for our disobedience. So now what we got to do? Verse 46. So now, because we don't have stores, who we got to go to get food? What race of people do we have to go to get food? If you want to go in there right now and get a slice of pizza, who owns that store? Do we own it?
No.
We don't own it, right? Watch what God say. Read it.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
So God told us, because we didn't want to serve him, God gave us the whole world. Can you believe that? God gave the black man and black woman the entire planet Earth.
That's right.
Read 47.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
Watch this.
With joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
See that? It says for the abundance of all things. Whatever you want, we had it. You see what I'm saying? We had all the land. We had all the resources. You see what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody We weren't going outside of our own race to get the basic necessities of life. We weren't doing that because we had it all. But God said, because you didn't want to serve him, because he gave it all to us, we don't.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
God said, go serve your enemies. So, the so-called white man who owned KFC, what does God call him? God called him your enemy. God called these people our enemies. The so-called Arab man, which is not of our nation, right? What does God call him? God called him our enemy. God said we got to serve our enemies now. Is an enemy a good or a bad person to have? No. Is it good to have an enemy, or should you be worried about the enemy? No, you should be worried about him, right? You should be, because he's your enemy. If you got somebody that want to do harm to you, right? You're going to be looking out for that person, ain't you? He might come today, he might come tomorrow, because he's my enemy. So I got to watch out for my enemy.
Right.
But do black people watch out for their enemies in Jackson? As far as other races, they don't. Right? So God said we got to identify who the enemy is. We think the enemy is it's the same man that looks just like me and you. We think that's the enemy. That ain't the enemy.
Right.
We brothers and sisters.
That's
God telling you who the enemy is.
right.
But through Christianity, through the Christian church teaches us to love the white man, love the Arab man, love everybody except black people.
Right.
That's what the Christian church teaches.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.